Guys, I've got a date. I've got to leave in about 5-10 minutes, I suppose. I've got a little bit of extra time because he messaged to let me know that he's running about 15 minutes late. So I'll pop in and let you know that I've got a date. Camera's a little bit skewy. That's a bit better. That's a little bit better. I've just got to stand 100 miles away from the camera. Yeah, so I've got a date. I've been chatting to him for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks or something. We were meant to go on a date last weekend, I think, but we had a bit of a mix-up in communication between the two of us. And we didn't end up doing anything. I was a bit pissed about it and I was going to unmatch him, but I didn't. So he seems to be a nice guy, and I've chalked it up to just a little bit of a breakdown in communication. So he's made an effort, so we're going out tonight. I'm not going to say where we're going, but it's not too far from home, and it's in a place where there's lots of bars and cafes and restaurants and stuff. So we're going to go and get a drink, and I like that kind of date because if it goes well, I can, one of us can say, oh, have you eaten? Are you hungry? Do you want to get something to eat? And we can make the date longer. Or if it turns out that we don't like each other, then, all I've committed to is a drink and I can just have that and then come home. So, and I don't get nervous on first dates at all. I think he's a bit nervous. We talked on the phone earlier today. He just wanted to make sure that I wasn't a serial killer and probably wanted to make sure that I'm not a man pretending to be a woman, and I know that goes on a little bit. So, and he seemed a little bit anxious in that phone call as well. So I've just tried to reassure him, I'm pretty easygoing. I don't get nervous unless it goes to a second date, and I'm certainly not nervous for this one. So yeah, that's it. I have done my makeup. I actually did my makeup earlier in the day, and I'm having a bit of a bad hair day. I'm having a bit of a shit face day too, to be completely honest. But I'll be right. I look like my photos. So, and I'm just wearing a new jumper I got this week from Sports Girl. I'm just wearing my jeans. I've got boots on, cute scarf to match, and that's it. I better actually go and leave because I don't want to be late. I'll just wait in my car if I get there too early, and we'll go and have a drink, and I'll let you know later on how it goes. Unless it goes really, really well, then I won't let you know because I won't be talking about people that I'm currently dating, although this is only a first date, so we'll just see how it goes. I was just about to leave and checked my phone, and there was a message from him saying he's going to be another 15 minutes late because something's come up. I think my spidey senses that were tingling last week saying this guy is flaky, we're probably going to be spot on. But I won't cancel a date. I am not that person. So I will hang around here for another 15 fucking minutes and then head off. He's getting the benefit of the doubt, but I swear to God, one more fucking message saying that he's going to be late again, and I'll just say, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it, and I'll unmatch him and I'll fucking block him. Because I know I probably seem like I'm being unreasonable, right? But this is a guy, we were initially supposed to meet at 6:45, right? And then he changed it to 7, and then he changed it to 7:15 after being flaky last week. So this is a pattern of behaviour, and I need to think, is it going to be like this every single time I want to go on a date with this guy? Is he always going to be running late? Is something always going to be coming up and he needs to cancel or change it or whatever? And I know people have families and they have jobs and they have lives, but I don't think possibly his kind of lifestyle is going to like mesh in with mine if he's going to be like this. See, I'm pissed now. I'm not even looking forward to it. I'm just like sitting here thinking, well, you know, I'm all ready to go. I've organised my day around going out tonight, and now I'm just fucking sitting around waiting. Maybe I'm just an unreasonable little bitch. I don't know, but I'm pissed now. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not going into it with a good mindset. So now, when I do go, I'm going to have to try to reset my mindset to actually have a good time. Shouldn't have to do that. Should be just like, let's go on a date, let's have a nice time at the original fucking time you said, not 15 minutes later and then another 15 minutes later. Let's see how we go. Jesus fucking Christ. Could I just have one normal date? Actually, I had a normal date a few weeks ago. Oh, over a month ago. 6 weeks ago. Whenever it was. This was not a normal date. Not even close to it. I should have, as I was saying before, listened when my spidey senses were tingling and just not go. As my son said, when I was complaining to him about this guy, just like, you know, I'm going to be 15 minutes later, I'm going to be 15 minutes later, I'm going to be 15 minutes later. He said, Mum, you can cancel a date. And I said, no, I can't, it's rude, blah, blah, blah. I should have cancelled it. I shouldn't have gone. He was still, even like later, like only like about 5 minutes or something, but when you're already running that late, and then there was no, look, I have been on worse dates, right? You know, he didn't humiliate me, he didn't embarrass me, he didn't sexually assault me. That's happened on dates. But he was so fucking boring. Like, I got there early, and I went to the place where we're meant to meet, right? I'm getting comfortable now. I'll stop short of actually like taking my bra off before I like turn the camera off. I went to the place where we were meant to meet. Right, and I was there nice and early because I don't like to be late. And so I was just pacing up and down, and then he got there, and as soon as I saw him, I thought, oh no, this guy's just, you know, you just get that vibe, you just know. So then, we were walking up the street, like a very busy street, where it's just loaded with bars and restaurants and cafes and ice cream places, and I said, do you want to, we'll just go up until we find somewhere, you know, where do you want to go? I don't know. And when we were walking up, when we walked up a fair way, he wouldn't walk with me. He was walking like 2 meters behind me, and then I got a little bit tired of that, because I got a little bit tired of like, you know, turning around to see if he was still there and hadn't like actually done a runner. And so I slowed down, and I'm a dawdler. I walk really, really slow. I'm not a fast walker unless I have to be, because I just like to just stroll and take everything in around me, right? So I slowed down even more to let him go in front of me, and then he speeds up so that he's walking a couple of meters in front of me. We went into a pub, like begrudgingly, and then I found out later in the date he doesn't drink. That's all he had to fucking say to me, I don't drink. Or he could have just gone into a fucking pub and had like a soft drink or something. And so then we leave there and I'm going, what about this place? What about this place? What about this place? Oh, it looks like restaurants. It looks like restaurants. And I said, well, most restaurants will just do you a coffee. And he goes, oh, are you hungry? I've already eaten. And I said, no, I'm not hungry yet. You know, God forbid that we actually went and sat down and had a meal. And so then we finally, there was a place across the road, and I said to him, that place looks like it might do coffee. And he said, oh, it looks like a cocktail bar. And I said, yeah, a lot of cocktail bars do coffee. So we went in there, and I had to actually like go in there and ask them and say, do you do coffee? And they said, yeah. So you know, he got a coffee, and then when I drink coffee, I don't drink proper coffee because I'm like lactose sensitive, and I'm sensitive to caffeine and everything. So my coffee order is really embarrassing. They didn't have any decaf for me, so, and by this stage, you know, I've just gone to the girl, I'll have a cab serve, please. I'm thinking I'm having a glass of wine. Even if this guy's not drinking and I'm the only one here drinking, I'm having a drink. I need a fucking drink by now. And the conversation didn't flow. There was no eye contact. He told me that he's an introvert. Yeah, I get that some people are introverted and they're shy and they're anxious. I can't be with someone like that. I can't be with someone like that. I'm, you know, fuck. So I won't be seeing him again. Absolutely will not be seeing him. No, I will not be seeing him again. No fucking way will I be seeing him again. But this is what I do if I have a bad date like that, and I don't know how he could possibly have gotten a vibe from me at all. But if he did, and he messages me saying that he wants to see me again, then I will say to him, you know, thanks for the drink. It was nice to meet you. It wasn't really, but you know, so it was nice to meet you. But you know, there was no spark for me, or no chemistry, or you know, I didn't get a vibe from you, or whatever. I'll be very, very kind. I'm always very, very kind. Except for one guy. That's another story I'll tell another day. But yeah, I'll be very kind. But I'm hoping, because I've noticed that a lot of guys, they have very fragile egos. They don't like to be rejected. They can't deal with it. So I won't reject him unless I actually have to. I would prefer if he goes away feeling like he's rejected me. So if I don't hear from him, I'm not going to initiate contact with him. I will just let him slip away and let him feel like he let me go, because that'll be much better for his ego, which in turn translates to it being much easier on the next woman that he dates, so that he won't be all, you know, defensive and, you know, all women hate me and they just reject me and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I see it a lot. I see it a lot with men. They don't like being rejected. I don't care if someone doesn't like me. They don't like me. It's one fucking date, whatever. But you know, I'm certainly was not feeling it with him. So I've come home to eat my weight in chocolate-coated raspberry licorice, and I will have a much better time doing that. What I meant to say, before I filled my face with chocolate and raspberry licorice, I've got to learn to trust that feeling I get that says this guy's going to be an absolute dud, and not go on pity dates anymore. Not go on dates thinking, well, I don't feel like I'm going to hit it off with this guy. I don't feel like this guy's going to be right for me. I'll go just in case. There's plenty of other freaking men out there that I will be excited to meet, but I don't have to pity date. I've just got to learn to listen to that little voice inside that says, number one, you can cancel a date if you're not feeling it, and number two, no more pity dates. No more pity dates.